throws. You know what I mean?
I'm just about keeping up, Calum, yeah.
How is John?
She was round here the other day asking all kinds of questions about you. Buckling down like we all have to, getting on with it. You're not preparing some little evaluation for Lenny, are you?
You were never going to set me free, were you?
This is freedom, isn't it?
Destroy the lives of innocent people just to keep me your slave.
Don't push it, John.
Push it or what? I've got a nasty mouth on you, but that's pretty much it.
Who is this?
My mum.
That was the only picture of her I had.
Down! Who's the daddy? Who's the daddy? Who's the dad?
You're early. Do you want to watch something? Penguins or whatever?
No, you're all right. You play your game.
Nah, you'll watch.
What is that smell?
Shit! Oh.
Wet it? The state of this place is doing my head in. Look at this. Look at this. People would live better than that after a nuclear war, Calum.
Supposed to be your tea. Sorry.
Come on.
Oh, mate. Look, I know I burnt your chop, but... Oh, I don't want to get shot. John! John, where are we going?
We're going out.
Amid chaotic scenes, the murder trial of Scott Glover was abandoned today after the prosecution was unable to produce evidence vital to its case. Glover, the only suspect in the disappearance of 20-year-old Marie Green, walked free of the High Court.
As difficult as it might be, the police must accept full responsibility for the failure of this prosecution.
Sorry,
I will issue a
Mr.
full statement
Green.
in the morning, together with details.
I'm afraid all we can do at this stage is to extend our grave apologies and assure you that...
Assure me that what?
Assure you that I personally will go to every length to ensure...
Liar!
2 years ago, my daughter, Marie, seemed to step off the edge of the world.
Yes, I'd like to appeal to anybody out there.
I put my faith in British justice. And now I'm told there can be no hope of justice, nor any hope that I can ever lay my daughter's memory to rest.
We'll start off by making sure your kitchen has all the basic essentials, Calum, which are decent eggs, organic, if you can, flour, olive oil...
Mate, you're special forces. You're trained to eat conkers and worms and stuff.
Like some of these. Yeah, they train me to forage, but only when I have to. I don't have to, do I? Because I live in a flat in the middle of London with you.
It's a lamb chop.
Ever heard the expression, you are what you eat, Calum?
You know what that makes me? That makes me a right pro... Lenny.
Go and get some chicken thighs with the skin on. Cheap cuts of red meat, scrag end or neck if you can.
Yeah.
Get some red wine vinegar, get some pasta and get some rice, and make sure it's not boiling the bag. So what do I owe the pleasure, Lenny?
2 years ago, a young woman disappeared, Marie Green.
I saw it on the news, yeah.
A girl resembling her was last seen boarding a yacht owned by a man called Scott Glover. She was never seen again. The police issued a search warrant, and they found a tiny speck of Marie's blood. That's all they had.
Yeah, and then they lost the evidence. I told you I saw it on the news. Sometimes guilty men walk free, don't they? That's the price you pay for a half-decent justice system.
This wasn't Glover's first time. He's a charmer. Has a lot of people, a lot of favours. He's got a problem with women. Rape, sexual assault, battery, several counts, no indictments.
But he has been legally acquitted. I mean, revenge killing just makes us a death squad, doesn't it? Your motives seem a little more subtle than that.
Who mentioned revenge?
Well, then why this particular murderer was he done to invite such special attention?
You get 24 hours. No mess, no fuss. Glover disappears or he quietly tops himself. All right? Exit's that way.
Gotta finish the shopping.
Come. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I split up with somebody and it was a bit horrible. So, you know, really I should be sitting in my room listening to sad songs. But Life's too short for sad songs, you know? It's just, life's too short.
Look, I know you've just come out of a relationship, and I realise that it didn't end well, and that's fine. If all I can be right now is your friend, then that's fine by me.
You didn't deserve it, Marie.
Where have you been?
Hunting. Gathering.
Glover's hiding from the press in a hotel. Spends a lot of time in the bar.
So what's the plan?
Lenny wants it done fast. Make it look like a grudge killing.
Mr. Glover, my name's Danny Spader. I'm a journalist. We spoke on the phone earlier.
Sorry, mate, but you see, I'm straight. Have a look in the cubicle door and say there's a number you can call.
I'm afraid I'm not going to go away, Mr. Glover. I'm not going to do that.
Skip along, little queen. I'm busy.
I've made a friend. I don't know his real name. He's a police officer. He sent me some surveillance footage.
Surveillance footage of what exactly?
It's of you chatting up Marie Green. I think you knew the police were watching you, and I know why you're scared. Actually, I'm pretty scared myself. But the story's going to be told. So why don't you speak now, while you've got the opportunity?
And end up in a box for it?
I'm the press, Mr. Glover. That still means something. Talk to me. Go public. If you do that, no one will be able to touch you. Not if you talk to me. Please. Quickly, please, thank you. Hello. I know you said to call only in an emergency, but I'm sending through a photo, and I urgently need you to identify the bloke in it. I really need to know who this geezer is. Sending it now.
So, he took your photograph?
In the toilets, yeah.
And Glover?
Don't worry about him. I've got the sniffer dogs on him. Calum.
And who was he, this friend you made in a hotel lavatory?
You sound so seedy, don't you? I don't know. Journalist, maybe. Danny something.
You're really not great at the sneaky side of things, are you?
Probably not a problem. He's probably just some hack who wants to make a bob or two off some crime paperback.
But he saw you there. And he knew why you were there. And he took your photograph.
What do you think he meant exactly by surveillance footage? He also mentioned he was in contact with some police officer.
What police officer?
I don't know. You tell me. You're Lenny's confidant, after all.
All right. Do I think Lenny told you everything? Probably not. Do I think it matters? Probably not.
How easily that seems to slip off the tongue.
Stop probing, John.
Need to find this journalist. He's got my photo, and that could be dangerous for us all.
Right, so exactly how little do we know about Danny the writer?
He's scruffy, he's late 30s, he's a writer, he's called Danny. What do the police know that didn't make it to court, Rose?
I don't care. And nor do you. Do you? Let me see if I can find out who this guy is.
Oh, God.
Hello, Andrea.
Have we met?
We have met, yes. I'm Rose from Victim Liaison.
I'm not the victim. My daughter was the victim.
That's what I'm here to talk about.
Come in.
Thank you.
It's like you've got cancer or something. Because, she was all your happiness and she's gone. And, nobody knows how special she was. Not like you do. So, really, you're alone with it.
Andrea, there's a man, a writer, we think. He could be called Danny. Has he been bothering you?
Bothering me? Danny seems to be the only one who actually cares about what happened. God knows your lot don't. The police, the courts. All I want to know is what happened to my daughter.
And what does Danny think happened?
Sorry, is this why you're here? To find out what Danny Spade has been telling me?
No, it's not why I'm here, no.
Oh, then why?
To protect you, Andrea. To stop people like Danny Spade bothering you with their conspiracy theories.
You want to know what Danny thinks? And you ask him yourself. Don't come sucking around me like a...
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry to have bothered you, and I'm sorry for your loss. I can't imagine how you must be feeling.
She had this new boyfriend. And I was over the moon. She'd just broken up with somebody. And, this new bloke, he seemed to be making her happy again. He was rich. I mean, they think any money's rich, don't they, young girls? But I didn't listen to her. And he took her, this man took her, and he did what he wanted, and he walked free. How is a mum supposed to live like that, eh? How's anyone supposed to live like that?
I don't know.
No, nor do I.
Danny Spader, investigative journo, freelance, building up a full expose. We're not talking about a paragraph in tomorrow's Daily Mail. This is something substantial.
And what's the source?
Someone at Scotland Yard.
So you're telling me that a copper is giving out information on the Mary Green case? Surveillance footage, for God's sake. I send Mercer to shut down a problem for me, and he primes it like a grenade to blow up in my face.
You're welcome, by the way. So what do I tell Mercer?
Tell him you're working on it. I'm hoping the Scott Glover problem's already been dealt with.
Right, and the Danny Spader problem?
I'm afraid when our new friend Daniel Spader went prospecting for a story, he turned over the wrong rock.
You okay?
Yeah, fine. Where did you get to last night? Came round.
Out. Just out.
Who was the weird kid?
That's not a weird kid. That's a babysitter.
How much do you know about him?
Don't you dare show up here and tell me who I know and who I don't know.
Well, maybe you don't, because you can't tell, can you, Jess? No one can.
Can't tell what.
Who might hurt him?
If you really think that, John, then you need help, because we're talking about the babysitter here. This is a nice kid who lives up the road, who got paid £2 an hour to babysit so that I could go out.
Just want to make sure your children are safe, Jess.
Stop it! You think it's your place in life to make decisions on my behalf?
That's just not true.
How anyone could read so many books and be so stupid, I don't know. You killed them, John. Did I ask you to do that?
Slow down, hold on. What they did.
It didn't happen to you, it happened to me. I get raped, you kill the rapist, go to prison. Poor John. I love you, but what you did, I hate you for it. So don't presume to tell me who's allowed to look after my children. And while we're at it, enough of this rubbish about where you live and what you're doing. You don't want to tell me? Fine. But don't patronise me. You want to have a life? Great. Go get your own, because you're not having mine.
Sit down, Scott.
Yeah, I'll stand if that's all right.
Well, it's not, so sit.
What's that little thing then? It's a Walther, is it?
I didn't read the box.
Oh, yeah, I bet you read the instructions, though.
You have 3 seconds.
So what, are you going to make it look like I top myself, yeah? Make it look like I blow myself a sunroof?
3.
Listen, just go back and tell them I didn't say a thing, not a thing.
2.
Look, I'm a grass, but I'm not green. Why would I say anything? You don't have to do this, mate. Come on. What? Oh, look. There's a writer bloke named Danny. He knows everything. He knows most of it. He's the biggest threat to your lot, not me. Look, he's got a source. Some big-mouth copper who couldn't leave with himself. He asked me to speak, to fill in the blanks. He said I'd be protected. Look, I said nothing. I didn't say a thing.
What does Danny know?
What you did to Marie.
What who did to her?
You lot!
And who's us lot?
The police! Oh, you don't know, do you? Well, they've sent you down here to do this and they haven't told you why. So what does that make you then?
What did they do?
Yeah, you know, I'll leave it if it's all the same. I'm not big on deathbed confessions.
Tell me.
To satisfy your curiosity before you blow my head off? I don't think so, mate.
Your call.
You don't care what they did to her, do you? Because you are just their bitch. Go on, then. Go on, shut me up. Go on, obey your orders so those dirty bastards you work for can sleep in their beds at night.
Get up. Walk.
Where are we going?
A little natter.
What are you going to do with me?
and specific. What was there to misunderstand?
He implied he was innocent.
Well, of course he did. He didn't want to die. Okay. Where is he?
Not going anywhere.
Then you go to wherever it is that you've got him stashed and you do your job.
In the morning.
Put it right, John, and we both know where this is going.
What was on that surveillance footage, do you think?
Do your job. Or every remnant of your life. The shit that you live in, even that, I'll flush away. Good night now.
All right, Lenny.
Where is Mercer keeping Scott Glover?
I don't know.
Now, is that the truth? Or is that a lie?
He doesn't tell me anything. He hardly even speaks.
Mercer doesn't give a shit about you. Nobody gives a shit about you. Your own mother didn't give a shit about you. The only person that ever did give a shit about you is me. But I would like that loyalty reciprocated, or am I asking too much?
No. I'm dead grateful in that.
So where is Scott Glover?
I swear.
Where is he?
I don't know.
You find out for me, and you tell me, or I will bite your neck.
Andrea, it's Danny. I can't come round. I'm sorry. But something pretty strange happened to me today. I'm afraid there are some very dangerous people involved with this now, and I'm frightened. Somebody's trying to cover it up. But I'm out of my depth here. I need to disappear for a while, but I will be back. I promise. I'll see you soon.
Is this your idea of a joke?
Well? Someone is passing on information about the Mary Green case to a journalist. Seems that one of your officers is burdened with an unquiet conscience.
And I'm not. What do you think I dream about, Lenny? When I actually get a chance to close my eyes?
Calm down, George. You'll give yourself an embolism. All I'm saying is you've got a leaky house. And I'm running around with my little bucket doing my job, so I would suggest that you do yours and get your house in order.
It'll be difficult for you if I wasn't here. Let's not forget that, Lenny. You remember Stephen Lawrence? You remember what that did to the force?
It's not a force anymore, it's a police service.
You're there to put things right. So put things right.
It's as good as done.
It's as good as done when it's done. What do I need to know about this journalist?
The journalist is of less consequence than the fact that one of your officers is talking to him.
But you won't take him.
He's an innocent man, George.
Journalists have plenty of enemies.
I can't stop you doing it, but I don't think it's necessary.
I'm sorry if this comes as a shock, but I don't care what you think. Fulfill your function.
Mercer said where he's hiding Glover.
Like he'd tell me.
He'd tell you. We need this done, Rose, before George Rickard's head explodes.
And if Rickard goes down...
Then my life becomes terribly boring.
Of course, you could always just explain the situation to Mercer.
Don't enjoy your new toy's company too much, Rose. He seems calm, but inside it's pandemonium.
Talking about enjoying his company. It's like a car crash in slow motion. Which can be fascinating.
You want to watch a car crash? Give him the address of the writer, Danny Spader. He wants to know the truth about this case, so let him see the truth.
He won't like it.
None of us like it.
And what if it pushes him in the wrong direction?
It won't.
So, really I should be sitting in my room listening to sad songs. But life's too short for sad songs, Life's too short.
If all I can be right now is your friend, then that's fine by me.
Hi, John. It's me. Yeah, I've got that address for you. It's Danny Spader, flat 4.
Thanks, Rose.
Why are you doing this, John? You're doing this for Ray's mum, aren't you? Keeping him alive. You want to find out what happened to her daughter?
No.
Still in contact with your mum?
On and again, yeah.
What does she think?
About what?
About you being a rapist.
I'm not a rapist.
About you being accused of being a rapist.
I'm her son. She loves me. We're off. Did you find that writer then? You talk to him. Find out I said nothing, then what? You can't kill me if I can prove that I kept my mouth shut, right?
I don't actually care what you did or didn't do, Scott.
Yeah, well then why am I here?
Because actually, I'm not that bitch. What do you think?
Piece of piss. Just keep your eye out.
How long do these things take, usually?
You ever had a locksmith round? Yeah. Lost your key? Takes about as long as that. Do you ever think about your mum?
What? What, right now?
Not right now. In general.
Dunno, she died a long time ago, Calum. I can barely remember what she looks like, not properly anyway.
Are you keeping your eye out?
Yes, hurry up.
There's more than that with mums, though, innit? What they look like, sound like. It's more of a feeling, like being warm and safe. Suppose that's what heaven is. Being a tiny little baby with your mum.
Do you know where she is?
Not where she lives. Last I heard, you were working in some pub.
You never thought about maybe going to see her?
She won't want me to. She left. Maybe I was horrible. Kids can be horrible.
I doubt what she did had anything to do with you.
You reckon?
I don't know. How are we doing?
Let's go, come on.
It's your final chance to tell the truth.
What are you doing? Did Danny tell you about Dave? Well, did he or not? Oh, for God's sake, I swear it was Dave. It was Dave.
Who's Dave?
Dave Paling, Marie's boyfriend.
Oh, Dave Paling? Right odd case, mate. Big time, 4th generation gangster, everybody knows him.
Yeah, well, I don't know Dave Paling.
Look, Dave falls in love with her. She's 12 years younger than him. She's the most beautiful thing he's ever met. He can't believe she's gone out with him. And then he really can't believe she's gone out with him. All she's doing is asking the kind of questions any girl asks when she falls in love. You know, what do you do? Who are your friends? Where are you going? But Dave gets this thing in his head, all these questions. You know, is she a copper or what? Is she special branch? Whatever. Always with the questions.
Police, why do they want you?
Because Dave got me involved. I mean, all I had to do was take her for a drink and I had to find out what she was really like.
What was she really like?
Well, she was fit.
Fit? And that sums her up, does it? Fit?
Look, he's wrapped up in knots. He doesn't know what to think. Now, I sound alright. I don't want her, but I'm shitting myself. She agrees to go on a date with me, and because she does have a drink with me, he's jealous. He totally loses it. I've been an informer for years. I told the police that Dave had me taking this girl out, that he might do something to her. Who did you tell? You give me a name, now! George Rickard! Rickard just said, great. Put us under surveillance. So I take her to the place that Dave tells me. They were supposed to be waiting and they weren't there. They weren't there. So he kills her. Dave, he kills her. And then I think he's going to kill me too. It was just a cock-up. It was a total bloody cock-up.
He's a liar though, isn't he? He's lying.
Everybody's a liar.
Lenny's gonna go mad.
Screw Lenny.
What if he finds out where you're keeping him alive?
Well,
but what if he does?
who are you more frightened of, Calum, Lenny or me?
Nice place.
How did you find me?
Oh, you'd be amazed.
I suspect I might be, yes.
Like the fact you had a journalist killed because he knew too much.
If I'd wanted Daniel Spader killed, I'd have had you do it. That's what you're for.
Then who did it? Was it George Rickard? I know, Lenny.
You know nothing.
I know it was the police that pimped out Mary Green.
Dave Paling was
a gangster, a lunatic, and a caveman. Did they send Mary Green to him?
Yeah, he did that. They used Paling's psychotic jealousy to reel him in. Mary Green was the worm on the hook. That's it.
So how did she die?
Paling wanted her raped while he watched. Then he wanted her killed.
And Glover?
Paling's proxy. It's not an uncommon fantasy for a man who sees himself as a cuckold. Rape and murder being a fitting punishment for the errant whore. Mary dies. Paling staring into her eyes. No idea why any of this is happening to her. You still feeling sorry for Glover?
I never did.
But if what actually happened to Mary becomes public, then our special commissioner is hung, drawn, and quartered. So the evidence walks, as does Glover.
So this was all just a means of protecting George Rickard. Mary Green means absolutely nothing.
George Rickard's an arsehole. But if he goes down for using an innocent girl to trap a psychopath, and Mary Green becomes a media martyr, an icon to deceit and ineptitude. Can't happen. You feeling better now?
I need a bath.
I think you should go now, John.
It was you, Scott. You killed Marie.
I had to. Dave would have killed me. I had to. When someone has you in a situation where you've got no choice, you'll do anything. I just had to. When the police didn't arrive, I had to go through with it, or Paling would have known I was an informer. That doesn't make me guilty, right? You of all people, you must understand that. Please don't be scared. Please don't. I'm gonna let you go now. I'm gonna take my hand away. But when I do, please don't look at me. Please. Scott Glover was the man who killed your daughter. He took her out on his yacht. And he tried to force sex on her. She refused, Mrs. Green. She refused. And then he killed her. Her death was quick and probably painless.
How do you know?
Because Scott Glover is now dead. And I'm the man that killed him. I killed him for what he did to your daughter, Mrs. Green. Please don't. They're never gonna find his body, Mrs. Green. And nobody will ever know what happened to him. Nobody except you. You'll know.
Can I have a pint, please, love? Take one for yourself.
It's not very much, full brandy, thanks.
You used to live on Eversham High Road, did you? Salford. Back in the 90s.
No? Why's that?
You look like someone. You look like my mate's mum.
No. I never lived round that part. It's a bit rough, innit, round there?
It's all right, really. Just think it's a bit exaggerated. All the crime and that.
And still leave your door unlocked, can you?
Don't know about that. Got burgled once. Took the door. Calum. My mate's name. Calum.
Sorry, love. I think you got the wrong barmaid. I never had kids. It's one of them things. Never really wanted them. They can make a right mess of your life. They're only little things. They don't mean to.
Blimey.
So how is he? Your mate? He's all right, is he?
Yeah. He's learning how to cook. I think he'd quite like to be a chef or something.
I'm sorry.
Me too. I worry for you.
You were right. I wasn't being honest about my job.
No, really.
I'm like a bodyguard. I have to look after someone.
Someone?
Somebody important.
Just make sure they don't get hurt.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Are you safe?
Yeah.
Good, come here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said those things.
Don't ever be sorry for telling me the truth.
Truth is, some days I wake up and I'm glad you did it.
Me too.
It's been a busy day at the ranch.
Pint, please. Another pint. Still early.
Not today, Joss. Don't do that again. Don't hurt yourself like that. Not for her. Thought we'd make a beef bourguignon for tea. It's like a stew. How do we do that? Good question. First, I'm gonna need you to chop the veg.
How thick?
Nice and chunky.
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, I messed up with Patrick. Too much solitude, bad for the soul.
Lenny hasn't told you, has he?
Told me what?
I was John Mercer once.
He was a Mercer prototype. He went wrong.
If we leave Finch out there, he'll go on the rampage, I guarantee it.
One day maybe you'll know how it feels to have nothing.
Now the genie's burst back out of his bottle, and you want him dead.
This isn't about protecting me!
That's typical Lenny, isn't it? Keep us in the dark, feed us on bullshit. It's time.
For cast interviews, episode guides and much more, visit itv.com/thefixer. Tomorrow, Manchester United hope to fix their path to the semis as Europe's premier club competition moves to the quarter-finals. Everyone remembers last season's 7-1 thrashing, so the Italians have a settle to score. Man U travel to AS Roma tomorrow at 7:30, while on ITV4, Schalke host Barcelona in the Champions League live.